Hello everybody, Beard Reads Books here, and welcome to this week's book review video. And this week I'm going to be reviewing Fatherland by Robert Harris. And there are going to be a few spoilers in the video, so if you don't want any spoilers about this particular book, then I advise you don't watch the video. So it's basically, it's a story, it's set in an alternative timeline where Nazi Germany win the Second World War. And it's set in 1964, so like a few years after sort of the official Second World War. And the basic storyline is, like in this timeline, sort of like the Holocaust is what happens to the Jews. It's been heavily suppressed, sort of nobody really knows for definite officially what's happened. The story starts off with the discovery of a dead body, and like the police, this particular policeman, he starts investigating it, and his investigations finally lead to him like discovering like and unearthing like official documentation of what's happened to the Jews, and it's all about him trying to sort of get this evidence out there, sort of making it public knowledge, and sort of finally sort of revealing to the world that the Holocaust has actually happened. I must admit, this book, I personally find it a very slow start. I mean, the first 85, 90 pages or so, I just really struggled getting into it. But it then picked up quite a bit. Yeah, it picked up just in time to sort of keep me hooked, because when I got to about 85, 90 pages, I was about to give up. I was about that close to stopping. And I kept on a little bit, and it just grabbed me enough at the right time to keep me going till the end. It's a so-so storyline. Because like I said, it's set in an alternative timeline, and it didn't do much world building. What I mean is sort of this alternative. It didn't really flesh out the alternative timeline. So, I mean, I quite like stories that are set in alternative timelines. More so when those particular world alternative timelines are flashed out and they've got a bit of meat on the bones. But this particular one, the world it's set in isn't all that fleshed out. You just get the bones of the timeline. So that particular aspect of the book fell really flat for me. And like I said, the detective side of the story, the whole sort of like finding the body and then sort of finally putting the pieces together and discovering actual evidence of the Holocaust happening and all the rest of what happened to the Jews. It was interesting enough, but I mean, I suppose for me, because obviously the Holocaust is such a well-known thing in the real world, to sort of read in an alternative timeline where it's kind of been suppressed and hidden and all the rest, and to read the storyline where they've like discovering the facts and like trying to expose like expose the evidence and get it out there, it wasn't massively gripping. It didn't. Because I'm sort of reading there like, oh, we found evidence of the Holocaust, and then we're going to get the evidence out there and all the rest, and because it's such a well-known thing in the actual, because it is so well known in the proper timeline, it's like, well, yeah, didn't really get my attention. It's like, wow, they found evidence of the Holocaust, and it's, yeah, so it didn't quite fully grab me. And the ending, okay, I'm not going to reveal the ending, so if you are watching this video and you want to read the book, I'm not going to spoil the ending for you, so that'd be one little bit of a surprise. and as to how the ending actually happened. But for me personally, the ending was a bit of a flat one. It was very open-ended ending. Sometimes an open-ended finish to a book can work really well, but with Fatherland, it didn't work very well in my personal opinion. I personally felt that it was a flat ending, so it was a so-so book. I mean, I picked it up for free, and I got it in one of these telephone box, like the old book swap things. For those of you, going off on a slight tangent, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, like telephone book swap things, the old public telephone boxes, a lot of them nowadays, they've been converted into book swap places, so you can put a book in and take one out. So that's where I got this one from. I put a book in and picked this one up. So the fact that I got it for free, and the fact that it's a bit of a not brilliant book in my opinion, I don't feel like I've been shortchanged. I mean, if I picked it up in a second-hand bookshop for like £1 or £2, again, I wouldn't feel too bad. I suppose what I'm getting at is I wouldn't pay a lot of money for it. I wouldn't say it's a terrible read. It's so-so. It's a so-so read. It's one of those books, it had a lot of potential. It could have been a lot better. Didn't quite live up to expectations. So yeah, Times say it's non-stop excitement. I wouldn't say that. A bit of excitement in there, but nothing brilliant. He's got a few of the old cliches in there. Sort of a detective who sort of doesn't get on well with his like managers and bosses and that. A few the old cliches and tropes and all the rest. So it's standard fare. So anyway, guys, Fatherland. It's all right, not brilliant. Could have been better, could have been worse. So, if any of you have read this book, I'll be interested to know what you thought of it. Drop a comment down below, let me know what you thought. So yeah, that's my little review of Fatherland. Well guys, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed. Look forward to seeing you in next week's book review video, and in the meantime, take care and happy reading.